What's going on, everyone, and welcome to the Urban Pitch Podcast, part of the Believe Podcast Network. I'm Ramsey Abushala, editor of urbanpitch.com. And tonight, as always, I'm joined by my co-host, Julio Monterosa. Julio.
What's going on? Another day?
Yeah, we got something special for y'all today.
Super special. You can tell by what I'm wearing today.
Yeah.
It's going to be a big show.
We got our very first guest in the house. Roy, this is where you throw in some applause, some air horns, because we're honored to have on DiDi Haracic. She's a goalkeeper for the newly formed Angel City FC in the NWSL. She's featured on the Bosnia and Herzegovina national team as well, and if that's not enough, she's a professional photographer too. So she's a legend in 2 games. A legend in 2 games. So DiDi, thank you so much for joining the show.
How do I back that one up? Also, swag.
You know, 100%.
He picked that up right before.
Right before, I had
to. All right, so we can get started now. DiDi, really appreciate you coming on the show. Obviously you're new here in LA. You just moved out here from New York. What's it been like since you've been out here? I know we were kind of talking about it before we started, but what's it been like in your time in LA so far?
I am absolutely in love. You can't go wrong with the palm tree in front of you.
Right.
But it's completely different from doing preseason in the snow with ice on the field to now sunny side up, and that's right. I have no complaints. I mean, I'm 15, 20 minutes from the shore, and I'm a beach bum, so it doesn't get any better than that.
That was beautiful. What beach have you gone to out here in
Santa Monica. I went to Malibu, and then last year when I came out here, we're on vacation, Long Beach.
All right,
nice.
She hit all the big ones already.
Yeah. So if you have, suggestions, I'm all ears.
Yeah, Julio and I are from LA. I'm from the Valley. Shout out to the 818. I know you're staying in Sherman Oaks. So
let me just put that out there now. The Valley is not LA. It's more like a little north, but we'll give them the credit they want.
We're not handling any Valley erasure here. This is a Valley friendly podcast. Shout out to the 818.
Shout out to the 818.
So I mean, you mentioned the beach. You love the beach. What are some other spots that you love to get out to in LA so far? Have you had a chance to kind of explore the city a little bit, or has it just been kind of crazy with preseason training and everything like that?
Well, I came out here about a week and a half before the season started, so I haven't had too much time to explore, but I've just been furnishing my apartment and trying to get my life together.
There you go.
The adult life. It's a bit difficult nowadays.
That life.
But like I said, I had time last off season to somewhat explore, and I was able to hike the Laguna Bowl. So I did like that. So I'm still open. I'm still trying to see new things. So I need a list.
So what comes first, the bed set or the couch?
Oh, bed set.
Yeah.
I need a place to sleep, I'm not getting on that couch.
Yeah, we're not sleeping on the floor anymore.
No.
We passed those days.
We passed those days? All right.
Well, my mattress was on the floor for a few days.
It's only me, I guess.
That's the bachelor.
The couch.
You got to start somewhere.
Yeah, right. Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Yeah, Julio, you're the quote unquote LA guy. Why don't you school her on some spots that she could check out here?
She hit all the big beaches already. So Venice, have you been to Venice yet?
The city a little bit, yes, but not the beach.
You have to go there. Honestly, Santa Monica, there's a lot of great spots to go eat. Downtown LA has a lot of great spots as well. I will tell you the spots, but it's only bars, so I don't want to seem like an alcoholic in the podcast.
What do you mean seem like?
I know, right? No, but you got to try foods. You have to have Korean barbecue.
Yes.
I'm Salvadorian, so you got to have pupusas.
Yes.
Have you had pupusas yet?
No, but I heard about it.
You have to have some pupusas. We have great Mexican food as well, some tacos, some burritos.
Today's episode is brought to you by Bet Online. Football might be over for this season, but basketball is in full steam for both pro and college hoops. From all the latest odds, totals, player performance props, to where the next fired coach is going to land, Bet Online is your #1 spot for all your sports betting needs. Head over to the website or use your mobile devices to sign up today and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Just use our promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, to get started. And it's not just basketball, folks. Bet Online is your source for hockey, boxing, and UFC odds as well. From sports, right down to your favorite Vegas casino games, Bet Online is your #1 online wagering destination. Bet Online, the fastest and easiest way to wager on all your favorite sports and play your favorite games. Bet Online, where the game starts.
Here in California is the taco industry here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll
It's
figure
the
it out.
big, street tacos.
Street tacos, yeah, you gotta have with the hands. You just can't.
Right. If they're coming in like the stands, and if you're paying more than $3 for them,
I need the food truck. I need the good hole in the wall place, right?
Yeah.
Those are the ones.
Yeah. So have you had any tries to play or to check out any food spots?
No.
No, you haven't tried any spot.
I cook a lot. That's where most of my food comes from.
That's an
great.
essential skill.
I know,
But also it kind of helps that the club gives us breakfast and lunch. So
The way I cook is swipe my card. 'Cause I'll burn water. It's really hard for me.
no, I cook a lot, but I did find a ramen place right down the street from me, and I'm all about my ramen.
Oh,
so
nice. We gotta go. We're in Little Tokyo right now. There's a spot around the corner.
Okay.
There's
great
plenty.
spots.
Yeah. So we'll squeeze on some ramen spots. I don't want to make it hot on camera though, because I can't have everybody. You know what I mean?
Everybody's looking to our
Yeah,
spots.
we'll tell you guys off camera. Right.
We don't like waiting in line. We just like walking straight through.
Yep.
Right, and so obviously you're coming from New York. Were you living in the city last year when you were with the team?
No, we were outside of New York. We were in Florham Park, so maybe like 25, 30 minutes from Jersey City. But then we played at Red Bull Arena,
Right.
which is just on the cusp of New York City and kind of New Jersey. So yeah, we lived outside of New Jersey or outside of New York. An hour away from the beach, but 45 minutes from the city on a good day. So it really wasn't that bad of a location.
Something about the beach and you like it has to have a beach or you're not
I'm
going.
a beach bum.
There you go.
I'm a beach bum.
Was that something you've always been, or is it just something you kind of like discovered?
I think I've always been it, but I think the older I've gotten,
Right.
I'm like, I like the sandy shore.
Right,
Yeah.
because you said you grew up in I almost said Ventura.
There you go, the valley. Back to the valley.
No,
back to the
Virginia.
valley.
You grew up in Virginia, though,
Yeah,
right?
Northern Virginia, and the closest beach to me was probably 3 hours. So I never got the chance to go.
See, I'm scared of the beach because I won't get in. I'm okay with the sand, but getting into the ocean, I'm not doing it.
Oh, I'm not either.
Yeah,
I don't want to be a snack.
There we go.
I'm
Every year.
all about it. I will protect the ocean, and I'm all about protecting the sharks, but I do not want to be a snack.
Every
Come
year,
on.
there's always one
You
story.
can't
Like,
live your life in fear like
no,
that.
but every year there's a story. Oh, somebody got bit by a shark close to shore.
That's propaganda. That's
No,
propaganda.
no. I say we're here with it.
Dark waters, gloomy day. I'm not doing it.
No.
Oh my god.
I
I mean,
shark
I
too
can
many
see
times.
you avoiding the water because it's cold, but like
Nah.
you gotta get
I
in
mean
the
that
water.
too, but
No, I'm
Out
not
here,
getting in.
it gets cold, but you're not gonna get eaten by a shark. Worst thing, I mean, I got stung by a jellyfish once. That's.
I don't think that's the same.
It's not the same.
But I mean, yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. That's like the worst. Like, do you know anyone that's gotten bitten by a shark?
No, but I don't want to find out either.
You haven't seen.
I don't want to be the person they
That's
know.
their
Like,
territory, and mine's
Yeah.
over here.
All right. Well, whatever.
I'm a great pool swimmer though.
But so coming from New York to LA, what are some of the biggest differences that you've seen? Is there anything like massive that?
Weather.
Weather.
I mean, obviously.
The most important one.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
you know
Weather,
that's an
weather.
important one. My bones
Exactly.
can't handle the cold
Yeah.
anymore. No, it's just very chill out here. The lifestyle, very laid back, and I would say not judgmental. I just kind of everyone lives their life, and I appreciate that.
Right.
Yeah, we all like our own space here,
Yeah,
so that's great.
and not saying New York is that. I think New York is a very diverse city, state. I think California is the same. So I think that's why I'm able to blend so easily and transition out here so easily.
Yeah, I mean, and let's talk about the team a little bit, because obviously, anytime an expansion team comes in, there's a little bit of mixed results depending on, the types of players that come in. You guys started training or preseason training camp earlier this month. What's that been like, just kind of getting to an all-new team with everybody just, trying to gel, and what's that dynamic been like?
So we know of each other,
Right.
and obviously I've played with Savannah McCaskill before at Sky Blue, now Gotham, but we all have an idea of how we want to play, but it's a matter of like timing is so important, and everyone is different. Everyone's style is different, but it's all about detail. So I think right now we're in this process of how can we be so detailed, but also show up for each other at the right time on the field. So that's what we've been working on. But the past week and a half, 2 weeks, I don't even know how long it's been. It's just, it all blends
all
at this
together,
point.
right?
Yeah.
Just running and waking up.
At this point, it's just like, it's a process, and we all know it is, but we're also excited to be here. Like, we stay after and we mingle, and I think that's a good sign.
That's a great sign.
Like, we just want to be around each other, and we've already hung out as a team outside of the field. We went to the beach together, so it's just like we're mingling outside of soccer, and I find that very important.
Yeah, I mean, I seen you guys. You did a photo shoot with some of the team out there. That looks a lot of
I
fun.
gotta start charging them, man. I swear, I could be making meal right now.
Right. Yeah. Before you start charging, let me get my little photo shoot.
Just because you bought the swag,
there you go. There you go.
That's why he told me.
One picture like this.
Yeah, but I mean, is there, there's obviously you guys all want to get along and get together, but there's still that competitive mindset, with the team. What's it been like as on a competitive level? What's the level like, and what have you seen in your teammates that you like and that you're looking forward to kind of getting more time with on the field?
We all are able to put ourselves in a position where we want to make each other better. And everyone has a voice, and that's something I actually appreciate. I'm a quiet one, but I lead in a quiet demeanor.
Yeah.
We have people that are louder than me, and I think we all kind of complement each other in that way. In terms of competing, we're getting after it.
That's good.
And as of right now, we have a few players away for international duty, but once they come back, no doubt they're gonna get after it with us. So far it's going well, and I have no complaints on the energy and just the competition in general.
Yeah, just talking to some people in the streets, there's high expectations for the team this year.
Yes.
And especially coming to LA, all we know is championships.
Yeah.
So it's always high expectations, but I feel like that team can handle it well.
Oh, absolutely. I don't think any of us are shying away from the pressure. I think we live in this world and we do this job because of the pressure, and we always excel because of it. I'm just stoked, and I think all of us are stoked. I mean, 15,000 season ticket holders already. That's not even general admission, so where do you want me to begin with that?
No, the bank gets loud. We've been to plenty of games, LAFC games, especially me. It gets super loud and it gets crazy, so I think you'll enjoy the environment.
I mean, Portland was awesome.
Yeah,
I loved playing there. So
there's going to be a new rivalry, I think, with that West Coast rivalry. There hasn't been enough teams on the West Coast, and with Angel City and San Diego coming in, I think that's going to bring a whole new dynamic to the league.
I mean, it's awesome. Seattle, Portland, us, and San Diego.
Yeah. It's going to get great.
Yeah.
You might see me me and my girlfriend got season tickets, so we're going to be in the Rebellion 99 in the supporter section. Julio can join us maybe if
I walk around the stadium. I'm probably I don't want to be seen when I'm at the games.
You can't be on camera, bro.
Yeah, you can't be on camera.
Yeah, and you guys
so walking like this.
Yeah, you guys have a good mix of of experienced players, like you said, that have been on national teams, and some younger players as well. What's that whole kind of team dynamic been? I know you said there's a lot of voices that are being heard, but in terms of like the younger players getting to know some of the older, more experienced players, what's that been like? What's the mentorship been like in the locker room? Yeah,
the younger players have transitioned very well to that, but also the older players, our job is to potentially create this culture. From what we've experienced, and I've been in this league this is now my 10th season, so it's been a hike. This has been a journey. So I think I've tried to put together everything I've learned from the past 9 years in this league and incorporate that with all the girls now.
Right.
But also you have Danny Weatherholt. She's been in this league for a good chunk of time, so she's bringing her own style as well. So our job, in my opinion, is to create this culture, this identity that we want to carry throughout these next 10 months. Yeah,
that's kind of a lot when you say it like that, creating a culture, that's very difficult, especially from like a new team like this where there hasn't really been that established, history or this is how we do things.
Right.
Has there been, from the coaching staff down, has there been like an established way of, this is how we're gonna go to work. This is what, kind of like in the NFL, the Patriots have their own way of doing things, and the NBA, the Spurs have their own way of doing things. Has there been, a conscious effort from the top down of like, this is how we do things at Angel City?
Yeah. So our head coach, she creates a structure of also how we want to play and our identity and how we want to attack, how we want to defend. But I think for players, it's our job to execute that. Those are guidelines, in my opinion. Our job is to execute it. But in terms of the culture off the field, I think, like I said, us hanging out 10, 15 minutes after practice, like
that helps.
I think that's where it's very important.
Yeah, the best thing is to play with your friends. So the minute you play with people that you like, it just makes you go a little bit harder for them. So that's great.
But yeah, our head coach, she's established that culture. She's established what she wants to see out of us. But then you also have my goalkeeping coach, because I'm mostly always with the goalkeepers.
Right, yeah.
So sometimes it's hard for me. Like, I don't even see the field players often. So our goalkeeping coach, he wants to establish a goalkeeping culture as well, an identity of how we want to play, to kind of give our team a successful chance.
Yeah, and you were familiar with both the head coach and the goalkeepers coach. They came from New York with you. Does that help a lot?
It was a very good transition.
Yeah.
I speak highly of Dan, my goalkeeping coach, and he has put the amount of work he puts into his sessions, but to also get the best out of me. I will say this, honestly, he has put me in positions where I have absolutely wanted to just, say what I needed to say to him. Yeah. But at the same time, I can also see why he's done that, because it's made me into who I am the past year that I've worked with him. And I told him when I came here, I'm excited to see what we can do, because in those 8 months that he worked with me last season, I think there's a lot to be done still.
Right.
That's great.
I'm a bit of a goalkeeper myself.
There you go.
I understand the goalkeeper grind. So
we're pretty cool. We're a different breed.
Yeah.
You got to be a little crazy. I was a goalkeeper when I first started playing soccer. Then I got hit in the face with the ball, and I was like, you know what? I should retire now while I'm still on top. So that was my last day.
In my, I was playing a co-ed Monday night league.
Oh, there it is.
I probably got hit in the face, like point blank, 4 times. All 4 times, the ball still went in. Like, I stopped the ball in my face, but it bounced up and rolled into the goal all 4 times.
Show her your technique. Show her your goalie technique.
What do you mean? Like,
show your hands how you move.
No, my hands, I was like this, and then I get hit straight in the face. And then I'm on the floor, and I'm watching the ball roll into the net. Literally, I'm helpless. I'm helpless.
Well, there is 10 other people in front of you, so
yeah,
I'm not blaming them, but it takes 10 people to get through, and
right,
then
that's
we're the
what I'm
last
saying.
resort.
So we're blaming your girlfriend because she played in your team.
Yeah, I mean,
that's where we're going with this.
She's played longer than I have. She knows.
Go well now?
No. Like,
this is ending bad.
You're putting me in a bad position right now, but you know what? I will say, she was nowhere in sight when that ball was slow. It was slowly running. Everyone was just watching, and I mean, I have an excuse. I just got I have like half a concussion, and everybody else is just watching with me. Like
that's
nobody,
definitely.
Nobody's checking in on me. They're just watching the ball.
Everybody was like, ooh.
But that's just part of the game.
Yeah.
Has that ever? That's never happened to you. You're obviously.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Knock on wood, though. I've never had a nosebleed.
Oh,
wow.
From getting hit in the face with a soccer ball.
No, mine was a nosebleed. That's why I retired.
But I will say the worst was I used to wear a heart rate monitor, and I came out from my breakaway, and I did what you just did.
Yeah.
And a girl smashed it right into the heart rate monitor. And for 2 minutes, I was out cold. I just couldn't catch my breath. And the worst part is when the coach or the trainer, they come in, they're like, what's wrong? Well, I can't tell you.
Right. Yeah.
So, I can't breathe. So I don't know how you want me to, tell you right now.
That
sounds painful.
That does sound, and they should take that into account maybe.
Yeah.
Because even.
Well, I don't wear them anymore.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So.
Yeah.
Last day I quit.
Yeah.
And that's not a fun play, right in the sternum.
No, so eventually we started flipping them to the back, and I think it worked, but
it's a kidney shot, I don't know.
Well, I don't think I'm ever gonna be showing my back to the
ball. No, I'm talking about other I
don't know
other
what
players.
kind of set position you're trying to.
No, I'll tell you.
I'm saying if you're in a wall,
That's why he got hit in the face. You see his goalie technique.
All right, man.
You just used the word goalie though. We don't use that.
Oh, see.
That's like Pee Wee League.
Damn. Well, he's like Pee Wee.
He's a goalie. We're keepers. So.
Yeah, we're keepers.
Yeah.
You play soccer? Because you're a keeper.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
All right. It was great. It was great. Talking to you guys today.
That's a wrap. It's my bedtime.
All right. Let's take things off the pitch. We've in our interview that we did on the site, you should check it out, urbanpitch.com. We talked about extensively, how you become a professional photographer outside of soccer, and obviously that's something that you can express yourself creatively with, and you kind of got into that. But how are you, what is the biggest thing, obviously balancing 2 careers like this, Right now, especially with things starting to come back in the fold, how do you balance your priorities with, between photography and soccer?
Time management is huge for me. I'm actually up every morning at 5 a.m., 5:30, and that's sending my emails, meditating, doing my work to get me ready for training. And then earlier I told you guys I show up at 8:30 and I don't leave until 2:30, 3. And then from 4 to 5:30, I send emails again and I try to work on my business, my photography business, and my little side hustle that I'm not sharing yet with people. So we're keeping it on the low still. Stay tuned. So yeah, I just time management is huge for me, but I promise myself 6 o'clock, 6:30, I'm done for the day. Don't reach out to me. I go on Do Not Disturb, and I'm loving the new iPhone thing. I just I pick which one I want to go on. Yeah. But that's pretty huge for me. So I would say time management. I'm very good at that.
And coming to LA with different, obviously, you mentioned in the past that you like doing landscape photography. I've seen on your Instagram, you've got a lot of beach shots. What have you gotten are there different spots across the city or even the area that you've been able to shoot that are particularly exciting or
Not
eye-opening?
yet, but I have this thing for Beverly Hills Hotel. I love the strip of palm trees. I just love natural kind of scenic things. So I think our planet is beautiful, so why not take care of it?
Right.
So I just love kind of showing people that side of it, but also my teammates. They're models, they're beautiful. I want to show them off as well. So that's the landscape photography side and kind of the branding, but I really want to get into the music industry. I love music. I find it to be diverse. And the last concert I went to, you truly see how connected people are. Yeah. And we're so busy outside of this world that when you actually go into an intimate setting in the music industry, you see how people gravitate towards each other just through music. The lyrics, the vibes, anything like that. So the emotion, the raw emotion is what I truly love about it. So music industry, and I feel like California is a great market to do it in.
Right, yeah.
So I would absolutely love to get into that.
So what concert was that?
One of my friends, my roommate, she's a music artist and producer. She knows this girl that she was writing with. Her name's Nikki, Nikki DeMar. So I went to her concert. But I've done a few other gigs out by me. Lauren Sanderson, who's a LA native here.
Nice.
So I loved shooting her. And then one of my good friends in New Jersey, Holden, I did her concert. And
that's great.
Yeah.
And then, so are you taking photos in the media pit area? Or are you doing it from the crowd?
A little bit of both. The media pit for those personal up-close ones, but when you truly step away and you become part of the crowd, you truly see the emotion behind people, and it's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, with things opening back up, I went to a concert a couple weeks ago, and it was just great getting back into that. I don't like being in crowds ever, but in that moment, you're just kind of, like you said, the vibes are, you're just kind of it sounds cheesy, but united, you know what I mean?
It's not cheesy because I believe it.
Right.
You truly see how connected we are. Just be kind to one another. You really see it.
I went to that Kanye Drake concert 3
months
ago.
I was jealous. I seen your Instagram stories on that, bro.
Yeah, I feel like everybody was singing every lyric. Yeah. At one point, we were just singing to each other, and we're like, yeah, this is great.
That's what I mean. I think for me, the kind of genre, because it depends on my mood, but also I'm into this new 80s vibe, but still new school.
Okay. All right.
It's hard to explain. See, you're giving me this look of how do you explain this?
Yeah.
I can't explain it. I would just say go listen to Time Cop 1983 or The Midnight, and that's kind of the vibe I'm into right now. But Emmett Fenn, I do love him. But, I have my old little Rihanna and Drake kind of vibes.
Yeah. Is that like the, have you seen Drive with Ryan Reynolds?
Yes.
The theme song to that, I think it's by Kavinsky or something like that. I feel like that's kind of like in that vibe. I don't know if that's because honestly that song could have been from the 80s or it could have been made.
It's
for
like
the movie, so.
it has the 80s tone,
right?
But it's like a new school.
So it's like
spin to
synth
it.
pop or something like that.
Exactly, synthwave.
Synthwave. Right.
That's what it is.
See?
Tory
Wow.
Tory Lane's new album.
Don't play with me.
Not
bro.
a lot of people
Don't play
know
with me.
about that.
Yeah.
It's a synthwave kind of thing.
This guy got it. So before your games, what is your playlist that you play before your games? What hypes you up?
I actually start with calming music because I'm all about mental health.
Zen.
So
That's
I will
great.
talk about it. I do have anxiety. I think we all do. So I kind of start with some calming music, and then I do my technique, my breathing techniques. But there are a few songs here and there. Oh gosh, it's hard. There are a couple Drakes that I do like. A few dubstep songs. Rez, I do like Rez. So yeah, I'm not too picky about that.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Drake, like no matter how you feel about Drake, like let's be real, like you know,
He got some hits.
he's got some hits. He's
Yeah.
got some hits.
He's great.
But you
Not
know,
Marvin's Room, but other than
no,
that,
yeah.
That album is still to this day my favorite album.
What's that?
Was it Take Care?
Take Care,
That
yeah.
entire album still. The rest of them, I don't know. I'm not a fan
Front-
of. There are a few hits here and
Right,
there.
he
Like,
doesn't have like the front to back where you can just
Exactly.
like listen to a whole album. It's more like you can pick like.
yeah,
4
I
or
thought
5
Take
songs.
Care
Yeah.
was a complete set.
Yeah,
It was.
that's I feel like that's the consensus, like his best album.
Yeah.
But you know, I feel like Drake gets enough talk. We don't need to talk
Yeah.
about Drake. We don't need to talk.
yeah.
Yeah, but so I mean, getting into that kind of like Zen mode before games, how like is that something that like you know you had to kind of develop over time? Like, do you work with like any kind of like mental health coach or something like that kind of helps you get into that mode?
Yeah, I have a sports psychologist that I talk to once a week, but then we usually will talk twice a week before a game and then post game.
Yeah.
And that's just a routine that I've gotten into. And my routines actually started all last year. I mentally started prepping for things, and I just took my mental health and just mental training seriously. And
the results showed. I mean,
They
breakout
did.
season.
knock on
Yes.
wood, it paid off.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
try not to talk about it too much. But
No, we'll talk. We'll flex for you. Yeah. Breakout year last season.
It was a great season.
Yeah. But I mean, with the kind of the talk and the conversation around mental health kind of opening up, especially in the sports field, do you think that's helped you as a player, tremendously?
yeah, I mean, we're all doing this together, especially in the sports world. We're seen as not being emotional. So I think it's okay to be emotional. I think emotions, it's beautiful, and it's raw. And I think that truly stems. I just think that's your true character. And I wear my emotions on my sleeve, and I'm not afraid to say it.
Yeah.
You're gonna see me where days I'm pissed off. You're gonna see me on days where I'm happy or sad or crying. Like, it's part of life. And I think that's also the world we live in. And I don't think people should shy away from that.
Yeah, especially with athletes, I feel like people think that they have this expectation that they're robots, that they're that they don't have they shouldn't be showing emotion. They should. I mean, I played baseball growing up, and the expectation of if you hit a home run or if you make like a great play, you just put your head down and act like you've been there before. Nowadays, it's starting to kind of you see more guys look like they're having fun out there, or and it pisses a lot of people off, but slowly I feel like baseball is a completely different side where it's very antiquated. But in soccer too, you still have people kind of having this expectation of players. They shouldn't be doing this so and so on the field. But
Yeah, I would say I've strictly started focusing more on the positive kind of emotions. So when I make a great save, own that.
Yeah.
Celebrate that save. Whereas I've also noticed when I was younger, I make a mistake, I get on myself for that mistake. Well, why? Celebrate both.
right.
The negative, if you want to consider it a negative, an area to improve on, but the positive. And I think the positives are where we really need to start focusing on.
Yeah, and as a keeper, you need to have kind of a quick memory, right? You don't want to be like this where you're too high and then too low. You want to maintain, to an extent, that kind of even keel. But how are you able to do that with maintaining your emotions on the pitch?
In my position, it's more so a short-term memory.
Yeah.
And I think as I've gotten older, I've been able to really grasp that. Mistakes are going to happen, and the way that we want to play, we're going to be risky. And I think that's okay, because that's, I think, going to put the team in a better position to succeed.
Right. Yeah.
So goalkeeping is a numbers game. I choose one decision. It could be the best thing ever. Right. It could be the highlight on SportsCenter, not so top 10. So it's just a matter of, it is okay. You learn from it, and I think that's kind of how we grow. When
did that change for you? When did you realize, like, all right, I'm just taking this in too hard on myself? How do I just stay on that level path that you're in now?
Shockingly, it was probably 2-3 years ago when I really just stopped, I don't want to say caring, but being able to move on so quickly. But I would say last year was probably my best year in terms of, I made a mistake, let's look at it, and how do I not do it again? No, yeah. That's, I mean, it's harder than it sounds, though, right? Yes.
Like it's a practice. It's an ongoing thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, we got into this by talking about by bringing up music, and that has that kind of calming factor for you. Do you like when you're getting into that preparation mode, when you're playing your calming music? Do you do that elsewhere for other things like photography or like potentially anything else?
I'll do it for my photography. There's a certain playlist that I always play when I'm out shooting photos. My morning routine, when I get up, I pop my AirPods in right away, and I just start listening to music. And it's always chill, calming, morning chill music. Literally, the playlist, I think, is called Morning Chill. So
follow it on Spotify.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty good playlist. Not that I'm sponsored by them, but
no free pub on this. No free pub.
No.
Oh, never mind. Delete that.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I do. It's a very simple routine, but to me, it's wonders. So
yeah, and outside, I mean, obviously, having two kind of professions I have to balance. I know you said 6 p.m. is your kind of cutoff date. Is there anything you get up to like away from those two professions? Any other hobbies or anything like that that you have time to get into?
I mean, shoot, I'll go on a good hiking trip if I have to wake up. I'll go camping. I'm all about
outdoors.
I really want to rent a van and just start
that nomad
west
life.
to east coast to west coast kind of thing, and just shoot photos the entire time.
That sounds great.
That's the next off season.
Probably,
yeah.
Even though our off seasons get shorter.
A quote unquote off season, right? Yeah. How about movies or TV? You into any of that? Is there anything that you've been watching?
I heard a rumor that 90 Day Fiance was one of your favorite shows.
Oh my God, who told you that?
The man did his research.
Rumors, man. Hence the rumors. I don't watch that. But not to throw shade, my old roommate used to, Estelle Johnson. So sorry that I'm throwing you under the bus. She used to, and the thing is, it got me hooked, and I was like, how do you do this? I would be cringing if I had to do this. But no, I don't think I really have a show. I have gotten to the point where I really enjoy casual viewings. Whatever is easy to follow, that I don't have to rewatch another episode. Right. I'm just mentally tired at the end of the day. So honestly, right now it's Ink Master.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you're just showing off some of your talents.
Oh yes, it's just Ink Master is great. I love it. So
is that a reality show?
It's like competition.
Yeah, it's like a competition.
Oh, okay. How good the tattoo is.
Nice.
It's just, I find it as an art, and your body's a canvas, and I just feel like it's your art, it's your story, and some of these artists are really good. Some of them.
Really
I don't know how these canvases come in and they're like, all right, I'm going to get a free tattoo. I'm risking it. Like, it's a lot.
But the judges are usually harsh. They're never happy with none of the
tattoos. I would be mortified if I was the canvas and the judge is like, your line work. I'm going to be like, you messed up my line work.
Some people are like, oh, this is amazing. Like, no.
And once you get into
it's a little crooked.
Right.
Suck.
How long have you been working on you said you have a half sleeve right now?
Yeah, I have a half sleeve, stops to my elbow. I think my plan is to go to
full
the shoulder.
sleeve.
Yeah.
How long you been working on that?
I wanted.
We're keeping it local for today's episode, which is sponsored by Absolution Brewing Company, based out here right here in Torrance. Shout out to the South Bay. Absolution's line of craft beers only uses the finest grains, yeast, water, and hops. Tonight we're drinking some 405 IPAs, which won the gold prize at the 2021 San Diego International Beer Festival. but they have a wide variety of brews, from blondes to goldens, sours to hazies. If you're seeking Absolution, look no further. Absolution Brewing Company, it's as simple as ABC. Shout out to Absolution.
We should have had you in the Super Bowl commercials, dude. You're great.
This entire thing probably for 2-3 years, and then I finally did it, I want to say a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. So it's been a minute.
How badly did it hurt?
I have a high pain tolerance, so it wasn't too bad.
I know Julio's been thinking about getting a neck tat. So
Right here in the wrist.
Oh, you'll be fine.
I'll probably cry a little bit, but whatever. That's a topic for another day. Let's move on real quick.
Yeah. And you briefly mentioned, when we were talking before that you have like an interest in fashion too. So, that's a big part of what we cover is, the intersection of kind of soccer and fashion and how that line's kind of being blurred, especially over the last few years. But what's your take in a lot more teams around the world kind of getting into the fashion space, whether it's streetwear, high fashion, or whatever? What's your take on the whole?
I'm all about it.
Yeah.
Especially with everything that Gotham did. I love it. I mean, Estelle, Mandy Freeman, Amani Dorsey. I mean, they killed it.
Right.
So I figured I'd let them take the red carpet, and I'll just stand in the back and shoot their photos.
The picture was great. Just like the whole essence, it just gave me that real East Coast vibes with the bridge right behind it. The ladies did their job.
I'm stoked to see what the girls here are gonna do.
Right. Are you guys gonna have the red carpet runway? Because I mean that stuff. I'm gonna be honest. Like that pregame stuff. I was watching that all.
We're
every
near
time.
Hollywood. Why not roll out the red carpet?
Yeah. Shit.
We should.
We
make some calls.
Yeah. Have you noticed who's got the best style on the team?
I don't know, but if we gotta buy one Amazon, I'm sure they got red carpet somewhere.
Yeah.
Runways.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We can find. We'll
figure one out.
Yeah, you can go to like an abandoned set or something like that. It's just they don't need that. But who's the best dressed player on Angel City FC so far that you've seen?
I don't know.
Oh.
Because we
haven't.
Just
straight tracksuits.
Think about it. We haven't had a game yet. We haven't had to walk the runway yet. So
that first game, it's gonna be.
I don't know.
There's gonna be some pressure on.
Hopefully, I'm not putting them on the spot. I don't know if they want to do this, but we'll find out now tomorrow morning when they hear this or something.
Yeah, Angel City, if you're watching this now, this is we're putting this into we're speaking this into existence. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but I mean Estelle Johnson. Some of the other players, like just that pregame, it was awesome just to see. I know the Cooligans got in on that.
I think it's awesome that they also put an option for you to see their clothing and now go buy it to see where they got it from.
Oh, that's right.
I'm pretty sure Gotham ended up doing that.
Because Instagram, they put that feature in, right?
Yeah. The shop. Right. Yeah. So, what was that? Was that like whole thing planned out in the team, like behind the scenes? Like, I don't think so. I honestly remember it was one game. The first game, I think people were just like, "Let's dress up, let's do a theme." You know how girls are. Me in the back, I'm like, "Y'all do what you want to do." But they literally rolled up first game, and all of a sudden, second game, third game, and we were like, "Guys,
it's a thing now."
These reels are popping, like something is happening. And ever since then, they were like, okay, well, why don't we like show people where you're getting these outfits? Right. And some of them are from thrift shops. Like, they look expensive, but they're literally $5 t-shirt.
Make it look good.
Yeah,
balling on a budget.
There you go.
Shout out Macklemore.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So, we'd love to keep you here longer, but we know your busy schedule. It's almost 8:30, so it's almost bedtime here. But we're going to close this out with the question Julio and I came up with. So, obviously, you being a keeper, what's the one save that you always remember, and what's the one that got away that you want to have back?
Oh man, I might have to come back to you guys on the one that got away.
You have one.
No, because that memory, the short-term memory, bro. That short-term memory.
She's getting good.
No, here we go. I think it was the PK against. I understand it's a PK,
right?
But my hand was there, and it went right under my hand.
That's the worst.
That's the worst.
The Challenge Cup final against Becky Sauerbrunn.
Yeah. Right.
She went to my and that one that one got away. But in terms of the save of the year or last year that I held on to was probably the same thing. Challenge Cup final. the one that broke the internet
Yeah,
out to
the Sinclair.
the Sinclair save. I love that one, but there was also another one where I don't know how I made that save. So
You'll take it though.
And both against Portland. So
there you go.
I love playing Portland. It's a great town, great city, great fan base. So it was awesome.
Yeah, shout out to the Thorns.
Yes.
Yeah, shout out to the Thorns.
I mean, you gotta support the fans.
Exactly.
They're coming out and they're helping us out.
I mean, by far and away, they lead the league in attendance every year.
Yeah.
Angel City might, they might 15,000 already, so they might put a challenge to them. But DiDi, thank you so much for coming on the show. It was an honor to have you as our first guest. Thank you to everyone that's listening. Shout out to podcast producer Roy Cho. Shout out to Carter and Alex from Believe. And we'll see you guys next time.
This was awesome. Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you very much.
Thanks.